Family Guy isn't just known for its cutaway gags. It's known for taking real-world disasters and turning them into comedy gold. But some of the show's fictional moments hit a little too close to reality. From celebrity meltdowns to political scandals, Family Guy has turned our collective embarrassments into animated chaos. Let's start with Mel Gibson, or as Family Guy calls him, Hollywood's least favorite religious filmmaker. In The Passion of the Christ 2, Crucify This, Peter and Lois accidentally discover Gibson's secret sequel in his mansion. Sounds ridiculous, right?
The Messiah! He's gone! Where did he go?
Except this was written right after Gibson's real-life controversy, his infamous anti-Semitic outbursts and bizarre interviews in the early 2000s. Family Guy used him as a walking symbol of fallen celebrity insanity. The best part? The episode even mimics Gibson's obsession with action, explosions, and self-importance. The entire sequence was a mirror held up to a man who once ruled Hollywood, until he became a punchline. Family Guy didn't invent Mel Gibson's chaos, it just animated it. Remember Britney Spears in the mid-2000s? So did Family Guy, a little too vividly. In one episode, the show aired a fake Inside Edition-style report of Britney shaving her head while holding her baby. Brutal? Yes. Accurate? Sadly, also yes. This aired just months after Britney's real public breakdown, complete with the paparazzi photos everyone saw. Family Guy exaggerated it, but the bones of that moment were real, and here's the dark twist. The show wasn't mocking Britney alone, it was mocking us. The audience that turned her breakdown into a spectacle. The exaggerated close-ups, the over-the-top anchor voice, the America loves a train wreck energy, all of it reflected the real-life media frenzy. It's Family Guy's cruel genius. Turn empathy into awkward laughter, because nothing's funnier than seeing how horrible society really was, until you realize it still is. Family Guy has roasted a lot of politicians, but Bill Clinton got a special kind of treatment. In the episode Bill and Peter's Bogus Journey, Peter meets Clinton, and they instantly bond over fast food, saxophones, and infidelity. That's right, the show directly parodied Clinton's real-life scandal with Monica Lewinsky, turning the former president into a sleazy, lovable, and bizarrely self-aware cartoon. The jokes weren't subtle either. From cigar references to I did not have relations punchlines.
Barbie world, wrapped in plastic, it's fantastic.
Family Guy doubled down on everything late-night hosts were saying, but animated it like a frat party. What makes it genius is how they flipped the script. Clinton wasn't angry about the scandal. He embraced it. The show painted him as a guy who's just having a good time, unbothered by the chaos he caused. It's satire with a wink, the kind of wink only Family Guy could pull off without getting banned from cable. Family Guy has always walked the line between satire and shock value, but their O.J. Simpson jokes might have jumped over that line, did a backflip, and landed in bad taste territory. In The Juice is Loose, Peter befriends O.J. after winning a golf game with him. The town welcomes O.J. back thinking he's changed. Spoiler, he hasn't. Within minutes, the episode ends with O.J. murdering two random characters, a dark parody of his real-life trial. The parallels weren't subtle. The gloves, the white Bronco jokes, the courtroom flashbacks, all ripped straight from the headlines. But what makes it sting is the timing. The episode aired years after the trial when the public had mostly moved on. Family Guy dragged it all back up and turned it into a cartoon punchline. It's uncomfortable, tasteless, and pure Family Guy. The writers didn't want you to laugh at O.J. They wanted you to laugh at how insane it was that he was ever celebrated again. Because when reality itself becomes a bad sitcom, Family Guy just hits record. There's one celebrity built for Family Guy parody, it's Kanye West. Across multiple episodes, the show mocks his ego, his interviews, and even his lyrics. The infamous line, "Yo, I'm like Jesus, but with better beats," might sound made up, until you realize Kanye actually said something like that. In Peter Geist, Peter references a man who believes he's the voice of a generation, clearly a jab at Kanye's post-Grammy meltdowns. Then came Road to the Multiverse, where Kanye literally appears as a talking fish named Kanye the Giant Fish.
Kanye is the greatest. Kanye drops the latest. There can be no debaters, and Kanye got the status.
The kicker? Kanye later admitted he loved the show, at first, until they roasted him again for his "I'm a genius" quotes. What Family Guy does brilliantly here is blur the line between parody and prophecy. Their exaggerated version of Kanye, the narcissist, the self-proclaimed savior, slowly became real Kanye.
In a junkyard having fun, what the devil will they screw up next?
You are Kanye West!
It's one of the few times a cartoon predicted the downfall of its own joke subject. Family Guy didn't just mock Kanye, it saw the future. Early YouTube gave us many icons, and one of the most infamous was the Star Wars kid, the teen who recorded himself swinging a golf ball retriever like a lightsaber. The video went viral, the kid was humiliated, and the internet never let him forget it. Family Guy took that pain and made it absurd. In one of their cutaways, Chris Griffin appears as the Star Wars kid, clumsily spinning a saber in the garage before smashing a lamp and screaming. It's quick, ridiculous, and instantly recognizable, but beneath the joke lies a deeper layer. The real Star Wars kid's video led to bullying, lawsuits, and depression. Family Guy referenced it just as internet culture began normalizing viral embarrassment. By mocking it, the show was accidentally making a point that we, the viewers, turned humiliation into entertainment. Family Guy wasn't laughing at the kid. It was laughing at us for finding his pain funny in the first place. Leave it to Seth MacFarlane to wrap an entire cultural critique inside a 3-second gag. The show didn't just copy the internet, it held up a mirror to it. Few moments in pop culture hit harder than the Chris Brown and Rihanna scandal, and Family Guy, being Family Guy, didn't skip a beat. In a quick cutaway, Peter mentions dating a pop star who knows how to duck, followed by a fictionalized Chris Brown performing while dodging punches mid-song. It's uncomfortable, it's bold, it's, well, Family Guy. The joke came not long after the real 2009 incident that made headlines worldwide. Most shows would have avoided the topic, but Family Guy went straight for it, using dark humor to call out the absurd way fans defended Brown.
Besides, I shot you in a limb. That's how cowboys show affection.
The Chris Brown defense.
The animation even mimics Chris's real award show choreography, contrasting flashy showmanship with a violent past. It's satire at its sharpest, turning celebrity worship into moral whiplash. The message is buried under the laughs, but it's there. No one's too famous for a Family Guy punchline. When Peter says, "Even Ike Turner's shaking his head," it's not just a joke. It's social commentary disguised as shock humor. Offensive? Absolutely. Honest? Even more so. Family Guy wasn't just parodying Chris Brown, it was parodying our selective outrage. Over the years, Family Guy evolved right alongside the internet, which means modern scandals became easier targets than ever. Remember the viral Karen videos? Family Guy turned that into an entire scene where Lois freaks out in a coffee shop demanding to speak to the celestial manager. Or Elon Musk's Twitter takeover, parodied in an episode where Peter buys Bird App Plus and gets banned for saying good morning. These scenes aren't random. They're snapshots of a society addicted to drama, and Family Guy is just replaying our own chaos with better writing. The brilliance of it all is how the show captures the rhythm of real life. Every scandal, every meltdown, every viral tweet, animated and amplified until you laugh, then realize you're laughing at something that actually happened. That's the magic trick Family Guy has been pulling for 2 decades. It's not predicting the future, it's reflecting it, one outrageous cutaway at a time. So next time you see a wild Family Guy gag, don't ask where they got the idea. Ask yourself where we've seen it before, because odds are it wasn't fiction.